Good morning. Or good evening. My name is Nicholas Hollinsett, and I am here to give you my research presentation for Mrs. Nelson's English class. I'm not going to worry about that. What is Magic the Gathering discourse community, and what is Magic the Gathering? Magic the Gathering is a playable and trading card game. I like to focus on the playable aspect. Some people like to focus on the collectible aspect. They even go into a sort of a secondary market where they can invest and really invest and buy and sell these very expensive and usually very old cards and make good money. But this player base, the ones that play and less collect, come together to play, discuss strategy, and debate some of the issues, enduring issues, and upcoming issues, always upcoming issues. One of the main places they, of course, play and discuss is online. The main discussion genres they have would be Facebook, Reddit, and Discord. I go in with those because those are the ones I'm a part of mainly as well. And let me see. One moment. So, Magic the Gathering is a discourse community. They have numerous smaller communities throughout the state, the town, or the towns, states, country, and world. Really, uh, there's many. There's usually one game store per town. If it's a big enough town. Bigger towns get more. Sacramento has 10 plus game stores that all play Magic, and each one has its own unique community and discourse. And then as you go around the world and online, you have bigger and bigger communities. And these communities promote an even level of play, and they don't always play the same way. There's many different formats for Magic, and they all play a little differently, and that is the intended purpose, is for them to play differently and be a new and well, not new anymore, different way to play. So there's a ton of formats that I'm not really going to go into here. The one we're going to focus on is Commander, also known as EDH, originally known as EDH, now known as Commander. It has grown to be the most prevalent format, and now didn't quite used to, but it's really grown. Even since I've started playing, it's grown a lot. It's become the largest community, and it really has the most discussion because it's just such a varied format. Along with the big difference of a normal format being 1v1, where you're just two people playing across a table, best two out of three usually. Commander is one game, and it's four people in one game. So it really gives so much more interaction, so much more of a social aspect to these games. You really have to be a part of this community to play it. Of course, this isn't always easy, because that requires people to be social. And if you think these people are social, you'd be wrong. Uh, Biggest point of contention is a strong word. One of the most unnoticed or underlying issues is the social contract and power levels. Nathan Weber defines it as an agreement amongst all parties involved for the mutual benefit of everyone present. Essentially, what that means to Commander is that it's an agreement amongst all the parties. Oh, this contract is mainly present to prevent the majority from not having fun. As a social contract for a community becomes more defined, the less likely it is to be inclusive. For the Commander format sets a baseline for communication between players on what they expect and don't want to see in their games, such as requiring players to not play certain strategies or specific cards. There is an official ban list that all players must follow, as well as the general Commander format restrictions, such as a 100 card deck. You can only have one given copy of most given cards, and higher starting life totals, and the four players. This can become an issue where specific communities sort of every community creates their own social contract as they play, and it really just goes with the flow and who is there, and it just varies so much. You have to really look into it every time you get somewhere new. Where did I go? Oh, sorry. uh, so this social contract isn't always spoken, and it always doesn't have the opportunity to be enforced. One moment. Even without being discussed. Yeah, even without being discussed, this contract that almost players are sort of supposed to obey the rules and work together to uphold the peace. Even if it's not talked, it's there. It always is. Whenever there's an overreaching or oppressive social contract, some players really go all the way to the wall and they will deny you the ability to play what a lot of people would consider fun. They'll take that away from you. They're just like, no, I don't want you to play that because I don't find it fun. And they just refuse. And I can understand that reasoning, of course. They don't find it fun. But then the issue is they've come to a place where we should be finding these groups and communities ourselves to have fun with. And that's where we have to create these social contracts and find the separation. And when the contract is too stifling, uh, I personally will just say, nope, you don't want me to play this? All right, I'm going to move on. We'll go somewhere else. Not always in bad taste, but more often than not, it's not discussed. Before the game, it's not discussed quite as much as it should be. So you'll go through the motions, play the game, and at the end of the game, there is a bad taste, and you have decided, wow, I shouldn't play with these people anymore. They would probably want to murder me. The importance and lasting effects here. The social contract and power level issue come out constantly. So, the power level of your deck defines how you play, and so one major aspect of many social contracts we have is an extreme dislike for anything that could be labeled competitive. Resolution for the staggering difference here between the power levels of decks. Some want to add a more universally enforced ban list, banning cards people don't like, though increases negative trends such as focused deck hate, which essentially is that if enough people vote to ban a majority of cards found mainly in high power decks, then sadly the main themes and strategies will become banned from a massive amount of players' decks. Others would like to focus more on promoting the social contract and pre-game discussions. That way, you better communicate what you are playing in the environment you would be playing it in before a game even begins. This difference in opinion creates negativity between players. Those who want more cards banned see those who don't as elitist for wanting to play more powerful cards, and those who want more freedom but more discussion see those who don't as oppressors, stopping them from playing the game in the ways they find fun. Moving on. Smaller communities of MTG players, Magic the Gathering, exist around the world. Used to be national, regionals, used to be. And so these strategies and these social contract ideas trickle upwards, honestly, from these small communities into the bigger communities where it can become either just dismissed or more centralized. It really gets picked up in some cases where they jump on the bandwagon appeal. This card is not right, that they should not play it. And this causes some serious friction and debate. So my conclusion here for you all today is that the Magic the Gathering player base has constant and sometimes heated debate. And there are huge differences in the way people enjoy playing the same game. Players need to be able to discuss more effectively about best how to have fun. And us look at my works cited. Here you are. I will leave this for a second. Thank you very much.